Yeah, at some point it was going to happen. So Tiana Taylor and Aaron Pierre just broke up, right? Now, I always tell you guys, yo, one thing for certain, bro, a bird always makes a way back to the streets, whether it's 6 months, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, she's going to eventually return because if a woman leaves a good man for the streets, she's always going to be in the streets, bro. She left a good man, a man who married her and who was willing to live with her for the rest of her life. She left a guy like that for the streets. So at some point, y'all already know she was going to return back to the streets. Now, sources exclusively tell Page Six that the singer actress and the rising British star have split after less than a year of dating. Online chatter had already begun swirling in recent days, but insiders now confirm the pair have officially gone their separate ways. The exact reason behind the breakup remains unclear. Who knows, man? Who knows? But it's the simple fact that she left her family just to become a single mother, just to be free. And this is why I always tell you guys, bro, regardless of how hard you try, like you could love a woman to death, but if she's for the streets, there's nothing you could do, bro. Just think about this, bro. She ruined her entire family. For what? For what? Iman Shumpert still hasn't gotten over the situation. He's still messed up about the situation, man. So, fellas, look, be wise out here, bro. Because she made sure, for whatever reason, this shit got ended before the year is over. Now, to me, shouts to Aaron Pierre because he benefited. He had his fun and he moved around. She put him on the map. Everybody knows about him now. He probably gonna be in a bunch of movies, and the chicks is after him. So he's in a good position. So shouts to him. So in this situation, he won. He either won or he got away. Either way, that's a blessing. But this right here is wild, man. Let me just give you guys a recap of this whole ordeal.
Everybody heard that like me and my husband had threesomes before. It was like, oh, she's willing to do that to keep a man. I'm like,
nah.
That was all me.
Yeah.
That was all me. Like, but I hate the idea of people thinking like it's always the guy that wants this, that. So she introduced you to the poly life. It's like me introducing that, you know what I'm saying, to my husband, and it's just like, yo, this is what I want to do. Get away from the woman to feel like, oh, you doing it because that's what he wants, and it's like, nah,
that's
actually,
not what it is.
I run this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I run this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because we think men are the hunters, yo.
Right.
This is why a man has to be very selective when it comes to choosing a wife or a woman to have kids with. Because the reality is this: marriage is sacred. And when you go after a woman who is for the streets, she'll always sexualize herself because her body is not a temple. Her body is more of a tool that she used to get the things that she wants in life. And the worst thing a man could do is wife up a woman in the industry.
How did you meet him?
You know what's crazy? I actually played very, very hard to get. I did not like him at first because when I first met him, he had just got drafted. You know, he was young. He was doing a lot.
Fellas, the signs are always there. Don't this sound familiar?
I shot my son on Instagram and she dubbed me.
And I didn't dub. I just didn't respond to him. He wasn't my type.
We eventually wound up becoming friends, and I actually shot him for one of my styling companies, and I went to go see him, but on the friends. We were friends at this time. We were friends. We were friends.
You were feeling him out.
I left him in my DMs for like 2 months, and then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to like be nothing. I just wanted to just be friends. Like, we could be friends.
Look, I keep telling y'all, bro, when it comes to a woman who is for the streets, the only time she's gonna get with a sucker is when she wants to power up, when she's probably battered and wounded and she's healing. She gotta get with a sucker to drain his energy, power up, and return back to the streets.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is because when I was going through what I was going through, like, and you know that person that's just healing you without even knowing that they're healing you, like, you know what I'm saying? Just checking in and everything. So I was like, okay, I'll be friends with him.
It never fails, bro.
3 years before you guys dated. Wow.
I let him hit.
Wow.
Their 7-year marriage has inspired many. The pair has experienced love, growth, and success together. Iman Shumpert, born June 26, 1990, is an NBA player for the New York Knicks, Cleveland Cavaliers, Sacramento Kings, and Brooklyn Nets. Athleticism, defense, and adaptability are his strengths. Teyana Taylor, born December 10, 1990, is a singer, songwriter, actress, and dancer. She has appeared in movies and television and made several hit albums. They met in 2014 and became close. Iman proposed to Teyana at her June baby shower in November 2015. Their engagement was private. Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor had their first daughter, Junie, on December 16, 2015. They grew closer as parents and loved their new roles.
Iman Shumpert used to be a really good basketball player, but it seems like everything went left ever since he got with Shorty. And fellas, that's the easiest way to know the type of woman that you got, because women have the ability to help a man evolve and become the best version of himself. And women also have the ability to take away a man's energy and cause him to decline. A good woman is always going to help you grow. A good woman is always going to help your career to flourish better. But if you're with a bird, what's going to happen is this: she's always going to take away from your purpose. And from the time a man starts focusing on a woman and not his purpose, he will start to decline, because it had got to the point where he wasn't even focused on basketball anymore. He started to do reality shows.
What's up, y'all? I'm Teyana.
I'm Iman.
Come on, bro. What? Real me, real you.
And he was even on Dancing with the Stars. That's crazy. And that's usually a place where athletes go after they retire. Now, Iman Shumpert looks like he was still in his prime.
Being the first NBA player to win, I hope that's all it is. It's the first guy. Let me know when number 2 gets here. We got some things to talk about. But seriously, I hope it encourages all other players to do things outside of, their regular profession.
But that's the point. Like, you see how she derailed his career, and he probably wasn't even aware of it. It had even got to the point where this dude forgot he's a basketball player, and he became a backup singer or dancer for his wife. And this is where things went downhill, because the reality is this: when a woman get with you and her main objective is to drain your energy, power up, when she thinks you're done, that's when she strikes.
Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert are officially headed for divorce. According to the court documents obtained by TMZ, Teyana initiated the divorce process back in January, and the documents details the demise of their marriage, with Teyana accusing Iman of being a jealous narcissist throughout their 7-year marriage. In the court documents filed in Georgia, Teyana describes feeling emotionally abused and manipulated, leading her to intentionally dim her own light for the sake of their marriage. She claims Iman would grow annoyed when they would attend public events together, and photographers would ask for him to step out of frame. She talks about turning down career opportunities at Iman's behalf and even quitting work after giving birth to one of their children, only to face complaints about not making money. Things took a darker turn when Teyana claims Iman began sending her negative texts, displaying condescending and manipulative language whenever she was in the spotlight. She also accuses Iman of multiple cheating scandals, a DUI arrest, and an incident in 2022 involving weed possession in an airport. She also alleges Iman crashed her Rolls Royce and fled the scene to avoid a second DUI arrest. Teyana, who announced their separation in September without citing infidelity as a reason, now clarifies that she was being graceful. She claims Iman left their family home in October and hasn't spent significant time with their children since.
Look, whenever a woman is done using a man, she will always try her best to destroy him completely. Now, Fam was really in love with this woman, right? But listen to the things that she is now accusing him of. This is the same woman who was okay with him having threesomes. but all of a sudden he's a cheater? You legit watch this man smash women in front of your face. But look, that's just what it is, fellas. When a woman is ready to return back to the streets, when she's done using a man, when she feels like, okay, I can't use him for anything else, I already used him up. He's not even in the NBA no more. So now she got what she got. She got 2 kids by him, so her child support is going to be good. And she's now about to divorce him and take everything that she can.
Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's divorce is finalized. And oh my God, he got rinsed, cleaned, hung out to dry in that divorce court, ladies and gentlemen, as most men do. Now, these two were married for 7 years. They have 2 children, and Teyana Taylor pretty much kept everything except 2 condos. Iman was ordered to pay $1 million cash to Teyana Taylor and $8,000 for the rest of their school tenure, the 2 little girls, that is, to pay for their private school. The 2 had 6 properties together. 4 will go to Teyana Taylor, and 2 of the smallest ones will go to Iman Shumpert. It's like a condo and then another small garage or something like that. The value she kept is added up to $10 million worth of assets. His, $200,000.
Oh, no, no.
Fellas, this is the ultimate victory for a bird, okay? After a bird finds a sucker, take all his money, all his resources, they return back to the streets and mess with the men that they really want to. This is the guy that she's lusting. This is the type of guy that she's lusting for. And that's why I tell y'all dudes, bro, have your fun and move around. Think about this. You invested 10 years into this chick, or however long you've been with her, only for this dude to be coming up off of your investment. Only for this dude to benefit off of your I don't know who this dude is, but trust me, he ain't got to spend a dime on her. She's going to pay her way to play. That's how it goes, bro. These chicks will take money from a sucker to spend on a man that they think is a player. These birds will always rub Peter to pay Paul, fam. That's how it goes, fam. This is your wife. 2 kids with her. Fellas, be wise out here, man. For real.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. Y'all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.